Bastards! This video will be a demonstration on how to forage for food while you're on hiking, a bug out situation, or even when the times are hard for even your bug in, or in the worst case scenario when everything of you is robbed or stolen or you lost it in a fire, like your house catches on fire and your supplies are gone. Well, there are still ways to find food, but this video is about just a demonstration on ways to find food. What do I mean by that? This will not be an in-depth video about which specific plants or all the things you can find in your surrounding to find as a resource of food. So the if my editing skills are getting a little bit better, you will see in the next clips just me on a short walk in my neighborhood, and then standing and stopping at certain points or that I could consider as a food source during a bug out or such situations. I must point out, sometimes I will be quiet in the video because some people who were walking around were standing behind me, and I don't want to become look like a lunatic when I'm talking to birds or plants. So that's why you won't hear me conversate on something. The clip will be clear on what I meant as a food source. Just to point out, not every food source will be a legal one. What do I mean by that? Some sources of food I will show will be considered poaching or stealing. Like some things I left out, like chicken coops around the neighborhood. Stealing eggs and chickens from them is stealing. Stealing from crops on the fields and farms, that's also stealing. Um, Except when you in the next clip you will see when the harvest is done and there are still some cobs or potatoes or leeks lying around the fields, and they would be rotting if nobody uh, would take them. So that's I wouldn't consider stealing, in my opinion. What your local laws say is a different thing. So be very careful about such things. And hunting animals is also illegal. It's considered poaching. But when times are desperate, you sometimes don't have a choice. It is just to give you some ideas to open your mind, to learn how to observe your surrounding for new food sources. That's the most important thing. Some people just walk around and they see some sources of food. I walk around and I try to look for all the sources of food. Very important to make those observational skills, to get some knowledge about what is edible, what is not edible. Um, I think that's about it. So if my computer skills are something above zero, you will now see some clips. Just a flock of birds. Just fishing on the riverside, on the beds. A stag minding his business. Stinging nettles, a good source of vitamin C. You can put them in a tea, some soup, or a bouillon. Will taste like shit, but it will give you vitamin C and some fibers. A field where corn or maize is harvested. As you can see, there are still a lot of cobs lying around, like over there, which can still be used for some food. If it's not, I consider it not stealing when it's laying on the field just to rot. So that's also a source of food you can pick up on your way in a bug out situation. Blackberry bushes for, of course, blackberries. Some clovers. These are also edible, and you can put them in your stew or soup. A dandelion,
You can ground this to coffee or use the flour to put on your uh, bread to make it more bitter.
As part, you can take the leaves of these and cook them into tea, and this will give much vitamin C.
A leak fell from a truck during the harvest. Some potatoes they left from a harvest or fell from a truck beside of the road.
Leaves of leeks that are left behind after the harvest, you can still put them in a soup. Eggs from bird nest if you're desperate enough to get them, and when nobody's looking because it's very illegal. Some food people left behind for some reason, you can still pick the edible parts if you cook them thoroughly. Some oaks and birch, which leave like a nut from oaks and birch nuts, as you can probably tell. These you can pick up, but you have to roast them or boil them firmly to get the cyanide boiled or roasted out of it, so they won't be poisonous in large quantities. Possible left behind cars where you can get perhaps some food lies in there because of people who forgot, or some chocolate bars that they forgot in the glove compartment or something like that, or in a sporting bag they have kept there and forgotten about. So, if you see this, this meant that the editing went more than I expected. So, I hope you learned something of this video. I hope it opened your mind, you try to learn on your observational skills, try to learn something about food, animals, plants, and ways humans consume food or need food. Just some ideas for your bug out or bug in plants. So, thank you for watching. Leave a comment. Try to give me some new ideas. Try to give other people's new ideas. So that I would enjoy if you leave a comment with some remarks on it. How would you improve it? What would you have done? Something like that. So thank you for watching.